Hey, what's going on, guys? So after putting several hours into this new update, introducing war games to Titanfall 2, I have to say I've really enjoyed myself. I've enjoyed playing with the network. I've enjoyed streaming today. And I kind of wanted to give you guys a video of, my pros and cons of this new update. I know there's been several things that have bothered people, with this new update that we've kind of figured out and realized since the game has been released, or since this new update has been released. But there's also stuff that I want to talk about that kind of outweigh those cons, with different things being introduced and just stuff that I've loved seeing and enjoying with this new update. So I'll kind of get into it. So cons, real quick, I just want to say that I've never experienced so many bugs and crashes in Titanfall 2 since this update. With bugs, however, when it comes to bugs, it's funny because when you first get into a war game, you go into the setting of the pod, which is awesome. They brought the pods back, so you enter it just like you would in Titanfall 1. Well, sometimes that is buggy and will be brought into games where you are actually in the ship and the same sound effects goes on. So there's different bugs. I know some people that played this update so far have seen some of those bugs, and hopefully they'll get fixed out. It's nothing game-breaking so far, but it's just kind of funny things to see bugs like that. But, however, in private matches, we've actually crashed the server or wherever we were playing at twice. It was kind of funny. It was just private games. We were having a hell of a time playing attrition. And playing some Titan Brawl, and we ran into a couple times where the server would crash, but other than that, I mean, they weren't big crashes. We were able to get right into it, but I just wanted to put it in the cons because I just thought it was kind of a funny thing that happened. When it comes to nerf, nothing, anything with guns, whatever, we're nerf. Alternator is still pretty powerful. The G2 is still on point. I mean, hell, the second game I got into on the stream, damn near every single person in Angel City was using a G2. So nothing has changed to that. Hopefully later on we get to see some changes. I know they're trying to make some changes and alterations to aim assist. But hopefully, later on here in the next few weeks, hopefully we'll see some tone down of the G2's power, of the alternator and stuff like that. I know some people love the alternator, so I don't mean to make you upset. I just know that as a submachine gun, that weapon is not on par with other submachine guns. I mean, hell, the Volt is not on par with the other submachine guns, but hopefully they'll make some changes to that too. When it comes to the melee system, again, the melee system has not been fixed. I've never been so frustrated in a stream in all my life. I know a lot of people watching it today, and I'm just like, what in the world is going on with some of the melees that I was receiving and doing to people? So hopefully sometime in the future they will fix that, and it won't be a big deal that we have to worry about later on in the future. Up next is a big thing to me, and it affects me a lot as somebody that loves to invite their network into private matches. If we get 16-man lobbies where we can do 8-on-8, I love doing private lobbies with the network. But one thing that I've just kind of seen as somebody that tries to host these lobbies, it sucks, with the great new settings that have been added, and those are actually in the pros that I'll get to. There's not too much control that the host has over that. People can go over and change them. And it's just kind of frustrating as the host that's trying to get these games ready to go, that people can change these settings, and it can be very frustrating as somebody that's trying to set up a game for people to enjoy, and people can change them on the fly. And it's just kind of a sucky thing to be there where you're trying to get everything ready to go and set up, and you're still trying to waste time trying to get everything set up. So I wish that later on in the future that Respawn allows just the host being able to change the settings. That way it relieves kind of the frustration that I've been receiving and getting just when I'm trying to set up private lobbies. The last thing, and I just kind of think this is kind of funny because I know in Nick we kind of talked about it, and it's just, I didn't expect this one. So stalkers, if you actually step on stalkers, which is one thing I used to do a lot in Titan before this update. I mean, hell, I see stalkers, I'm not going to shoot them because they take a lot of rounds. I'm just going to step over them, walk over them, and get them as points. Well, now if you do that, if you walk over them, they actually explode and do a lot of damage. We actually tested this out in a private lobby, and I was like, hey, you know what? Somebody get a generic Titan. Somebody picked a tone, and they were like, "Hey, I want you to walk over a stalker and let me know how it went." And I guess they walked over four stalkers, and they went from full health to either half or a little bit below half. And I'm like, oh my god, like that. I guess that is not a strategy anymore that we can do, where we can actually step on stalkers and hopefully get some points going. for attrition. So that's one thing that, you know, all of us are going to have to watch out for in the future. But it was just kind of funny that that wasn't known in the patch notes. So hopefully we won't find anything else that's crazy like that. But when it comes to the pros are a big thing that set kind of all of the cons away, except for, you know, the melee system and the weapon balance. These things set this, you know, this great update up to par. So I have to say, when it comes to War Games looks beautiful. It looks awesome. The fact of just looking at what Titanfall 1's War Game looked like to what today looks like, it just looks amazing. I can't, you know, give it more praise than I already have. It looks awesome. I love, you know, the detail and the color. The color is the one thing that just draws you into it. So I really want to give Respawn props for making it just beautiful. Just thank you for that. The execution, if you haven't unlocked the execution yet, you need this one. This one has been just such a fun one to use. It's awesome. To just do, like, you know, several different moves. You do different kicks through the air to get this person's attention for shadow boxing, and then all of a sudden you pull out your revolver and blow their face off. And I have to say, just awesome. Respawn, that was great. I love it. I think it's it gives props to the Hollow Pilot execution. It makes his execution very distinct. And it puts it up on, you know, the curb stomp and the last hit and whatnot. So awesome job on that. And now, when it comes to the last pro, I have to say, when it comes to the private lobbies that we have in the new settings, thank you again. Those are a lot of fun. We did some lobbies where we raised the health bar up to 500%, which was ridiculous because it took like 5 melees to actually kill somebody. It took so many bullets of ammo just trying to take somebody down when somebody has 500%. So it's a thing that we probably won't do too often in the future, but we actually at least got to test it out. And 500% health is just ridiculous. It's just, you got to try it out, but I think once you try it the first time, you probably won't ever do it again. And then when it comes to playing a game mode where we actually increased our core meter for Titans, was just a lot of fun, and it's cool just to kind of try these different things out. So thank you, Respawn, for these great improvements on private matches on the game and this new execution. But guys, I would love to know what you guys liked from this thing. I really would. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys thought about this update, and kind of bounce off ideas from what I said were cons and pros to what you guys think. But guys, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new to the channel. I would love to have new subscribers to the channel. I thank you guys all so much for all your support. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you guys next time.